this morning, about an hour ago, we dropped a sneak peek trailer. Let me know what you guys think of that one. If you haven't seen it, any of our social media.
Obviously, we can't tell you what it is.
Right.
But maybe we could, maybe we can beat around the bush a little bit about some stuff if you guys want to.
All right, so Hunter, I'm doing this right off the bat. I'm going to try what you said. There's a little bit of bacon.
Oh, man, bacon right in it, right off the bat.
I hate you, but I'm trying it.
Oh, come on, it's so good.
Nope.
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 I'll be doing that.
All the nope.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm going to go with some napkins.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'll be right back.
All right, I'm all alone now.
I'll get you some.
Oh, Brent said he would get some. Well, okay.
No.
Yeah.
Go.
Someone be my co-host.
I'm back. Everything's okay. Jesse already said he's not being a tease, so Jesse says, and we gotta believe him.
Yeah.
All right, now the real goodness, the fries and the frosty.
I don't know what you don't love about that.
It's just not my bag, baby. It's okay though.
I don't have any bags anymore.
My
beautiful baller shot. All right. We'll make you a game too, Little Caesars.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah, right. We can do some stuff.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed to be a good one.
No, geez, we didn't release a trailer for a mukbang. I never believe a thing Jesse says. Well, that's probably good,
Yeah.
Stimpy. You might be a little more saner in the end because of it.
Yeah.
So anyway, you guys seen anything at the movies lately? I'm going tonight to go see It Part 2.
Oh, I thought you went already.
I tried, but it was sold out.
Oh no, I went over the weekend. That's what I was gonna tell. I thought you went too. I thought we were gonna talk about it. Man, it's all right. It's not as good as the first one. I will say that.
Okay.
Loved the first one.
Right.
Absolutely loved the first one. Second one feels a bit cliche, bit like convenient in some areas, but definitely still a good watch, and it's definitely a good. It brings you some closure to the first one.
Now it's long as hell, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 3 hours. Very long. I had to pee like 5 times.
Well, you have the bladder of an infant, so that's not surprising.
I do.
Yeah, I'm going to I think it's the 10 o'clock show, so great. I won't be out of there till 1. But oh well, it'll be fine.
That's a very long movie, but it was good.
Oats. It looked like the Bottle Top Chicks logo. Any confirmation on that? No confirmation on that.
No.
Keep looking.
Yeah.
You got 14 seconds worth of goodness there in that video.
So good.
If you got to frame by frame it, do what you got to do. But
can we just talk about how incredible Nate is?
Yeah, Nate killed it.
That is amazing what he did with that trailer. We saw it, and Jesse watched it over and over, and creamed his pants every single time.
Yeah.
He loved it.
Especially at the end, the little blue flash over the Certifiable logo.
What'd you say, Brent?
I had to do the laundry so I can confirm.
He can, yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys were a little behind the scenes, when you're watching any of the products that we put out, video, audio, all that stuff, I do a lot of the audio stuff, so the podcast, that's my baby. A lot of the daily updates that you'll see, some of the unboxings, things like that, that's me. Nate does all the big stuff because the guy is amazing with After Effects and Adobe and everything like that. So just so you have a bit of knowledge behind, because I come from a video background, but when I came in and saw the stuff Nate was doing, I'm like, nah, there's no way I can touch it. Let me do a side section of that. And it's worked out pretty well so far, I think.
It's actually really helped out because, with Nate before Corey came along, Nate was having to do those daily things. And you remember, before Corey came along, it was rarer. It was much rarer that we would do those types of updates. So Corey has really been helping us out in that area. But, hey, there's Nate now. We're talking about you.
Nate's like, great.
Oh, placement.
Oh, there he is.
What a burger! We'll make you.
Yeah.
We'll make you a game. not gonna be good.
You come to join us?
We're gonna put key
All right.
on all of these product placement games.
So how is it?
I think it's delicious, but I was the one who came up with the idea in the first place.
I tried a bite. I was like, nope, not having it.
He's obviously wrong.
Good man.
Don't say I never got anything.
No,
You
absolutely.
want to try to dip your burger in it?
No, I don't want to ruin a Whataburger.
Right?
I mean,
That's
just gonna make it
like
better.
Sacrilege.
It can only get better by dipping it in a Frosty. That's my mantra.
No, sorry.
That's my life.
Whataburger is perfect as it is. It needs no help from a Frosty.
Yeah. So let's keep. Is Nate gone? I don't want him to hear us bragging about him.
No, you shouldn't. So yeah, that's kind of what we do
Yeah.
around here as far as the division of labor when that goes. When we get into the next Kickstarter, you'll probably see me a lot more on the Kickstarter page, just keeping up in the comments as we all do. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. We have tomorrow the AMA. Is there anybody that you guys want to hear from in particular? We've already done Beast, we've done Jesse, we've done Brent. So we'll talk about it below, and we'll see what we can make happen.
On another subject, Oats. I am dying to see Good Boys. How was it?
I'm not.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm very interested. Based on the trailer for it, it looks funny. I'm interested. So I would like to hear how
I
it
think-
went. How it went.
When it comes to kids being raw and talking the way that adults do, I'm not so much of a fuddy-duddy. I'm just like, I don't find a lot of humor in it. Now, there may be a lot of situations in the movie that are really funny, and I'll probably rent it, but I don't think I'll go to the theater and see it.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably won't go to a theater. I'm with you there. I'll probably rent it, but I am interested in it.
Jeeves, when's the next podcast? I'm hoping we can record it Friday. I know that we are a month behind, and I apologize for that. Things have been kicking around here, but I'm hoping we can record it Friday, which means that you should see it next Monday is the release date. So don't hold me to that, but that's what I'm pushing for.
Win what? I just see win in all caps. We've mentioned a lot of things that we're doing.
Now, on Kickstarter comments all the time. And why? No idea. Ha ha ha. I don't know what Andrew's talking about.
Yeah.
When is the next Kickstarter? Thank you, Stimpy. Yeah, it's a very good question.
I don't like. That's the only issue. I feel weird letting you people watch me eat. You people.
Patrick wants to know when's the website go up. Rick has got to sign off on a couple of small aesthetic things, but the foundation's already there and everything's working as far as the shop and all the links. So I'm hoping any day now. I know that Rick is really busy with another project right now, but hopefully you will see the new. Hopefully you'll see the new website by the end of the month. That's what I'm pushing for. I mean, I've been working on it since I started here, so about 3 months now. So it's ready. We just got to get the final okay and the transfer of power. I mean, I know you guys dislike money grabs. Yes, we don't like money at all.
Yeah. Can't
It was a
stand it.
kids movie, but you shouldn't take your kids to see it. Yeah, kind of. Oats, I kind of figured on that.
Yeah.
I've got a 12-year-old. I'm not taking him to see it.
Yeah.
Although he has asked to see it. And I said no. Here's something I've been interested in with anybody who's got kids who are watching right now. When it comes to video games, at what point do you let them play like the shoot-em-ups, like Gears of War, which have language and violence, not so much nudity or adult situations, but at what age do you start letting them pull stuff like that? Because my 12-year-old wants to start playing Gears, and I've played them all. And he's, he knows the difference between aliens and real-life guns and things like that. But what age do you think you should start letting kids play games like that, even though it says that it's a mature rating? Because let's be honest, a lot of the ratings in movies and games need to be revamped. Snippy says, my kids started at 10. Okay. Now, Stippy, do you watch him play these games, or do you just let him do his thing? Like, my son wants to play Witcher 3 because he's seen me play it off and on for the last couple of years. I'm like, no chance in hell you're playing that till you're like 17. Because there's a lot of nudity and things like that.
I think that could be a good compromise, though, is watching him play it. Fun for the whole family. Not Witcher. I'm not talking about watching
Witcher,
him play
really,
Witcher.
that's
Because
a
that
little
could
weird.
get off.
Yeah.
It's like watching porn with your father.
Nobody needs to do that, ever.
No.
I still don't let him play online, though. Stippy, that's a good idea.
Good idea.
Yeah, there's...
You know what? Let's just stay offline forever.
Yeah, I wish. Patrick says I started way younger than that, and look how I turned out. Exactly.
So so never keep him away.
Oh, said my kid is 7, still into Nintendo family-friendly games. Yeah, my son has a Switch, but he also has a Xbox and loves Fortnite and all the shoot-'em-ups. So, yeah, he plays a variety of different ones, but still digs. I think he's beaten Breath of the Wild 6 times now. And plays Smash, all that good stuff.
So he's looking for a new challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So you said he plays Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
So he is online.
He is online, but we have disabled chat.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
that's better. In
yeah.
general, that's
Yeah,
better.
it
I don't play with chat when I play online anyway. I hate it. Because people are dicks. I mean,
There's some real, more of a hive of scum and villainy you'll ever find in the universe.
A grown-ass man playing games, and I still get my feelings hurt when I, like...
Kids can be ruthless these days.
Man. Yeah. So, play with your friends online, or just turn off chat. That's what I do. Then you can really fuck with people, too, because, like... I don't care what they're saying.
Stippy, I'll agree with you playing with friends. Like when I play Overwatch, we have a Discord channel that we go to that we all just get on our headsets and we talk to each other on Discord. We don't even mess with the online chat while we're playing, and it's so much nicer and easier to do on your psyche and your
I
soul.
imagine so.
Anthony, you like chat on video games?
Oh, hell no. It's the first thing on Call of Duty. You mute everybody, and then
Right.
you're also on the PlayStation chat, so you're only talking to your friends like you do on Overwatch.
Yep, exactly right.
Yeah.
So yeah, he just started getting into Guild Wars 2.
Oh, wow.
He's playing that now, which I haven't played in a long time. He's enjoying that one. And that's another one where we just kind of had to mute the chat window at the bottom because I said, "You're never going to use it, kid."
Yeah. I think chat was a idea that seemed practical at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've all discovered that it's not.
I didn't like the internet. We abused it
Yeah.
and created something even
Yeah.
worse. Yeah.
I think it was started as, well, obviously people will want to be able to talk to others. And then we discovered, no. No, they don't.
Speaking of kids watching things, I want to ask you guys, what's a movie that you remember from your childhood enjoying, and then you let your child watch it, and you realize how not ready they were for it? Like for me, it was Never Ending Story when my kid was like 6. And I thought, oh, he'll love this one, because I'm remembering Falcor and everything like that, but I'm forgetting the nothing, and I'm forgetting
The horse dying.
the horse dying and the pit of sorrow. And yeah, as soon as we got to the pit of sorrow, I was like, oh crap, I have made a huge mistake. But I couldn't turn it off because he was like, he would throw fits. So
Yeah.
yeah, what's a movie that you guys remember that you maybe have played for your kids that probably they weren't ready for?
Well, I don't have any kids, but I have new nieces now, and the oldest one likes to hang out at our house because we're the cool aunt and uncle.
Yep.
And we turned her on to Harry Potter,
Okay.
She'd never been into it before. Obviously she's around that age where we were into Harry Potter too.
Mm-hmm.
But and it's not like it was a like mature thing as much as it was. We were very scared going into it. It's very violent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we forgot that the way that we got into Harry Potter was very long. You know,
They
like,
had
we
the
grew
books and
up
all
with
that, yeah.
Harry Potter. So she's already to like movie 5, and we're like, oh shit.
Yeah, it gets a little
It's
dark.
so much more mature now.
Yeah.
Like, oh crap, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot you can just binge these movies. And so, yeah, she's gotten all the way up there. She loves them. We were very happy. Because at first we tried to get her into the books, and she wasn't having it. You know, she's young. She's not really into reading. She's like 12,
Like most
11.
kids, yeah.
I think I can't remember, 11? I think she's 11. So she's not, she's not super into reading. She's a good reader, good at math, all that stuff, but she's not interested in it if it's not for like schoolwork.
Mm-hmm.
So we tried to get her into it, and she just wasn't having it. So then one night she came over, and we were like, why don't we watch this movie?
Mm-hmm.
She begrudgingly accepted. And we watched it. She loved it.
Yeah.
And we immediately, the next time she came over, moved on to the next one and just forgot. Because,
Yeah.
We're caught up in the movie. And like, I love this movie. But honestly, like, the second movie,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's old enough for this.
Note says Chip and Dale cartoons with my son when he was 5, and Donald was pulling a shotgun on them a lot. Yeah. You watch some old Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. I was watching Animaniacs the other day. I love Animaniacs. But one of the lines, I can't even remember now, but it had to do with sexual harassment. And like Yakko actually said, well, that's sexual harassment. I was like, oh, wow. Animaniacs was ahead of their time, and there's a lot of stuff in there that was mostly for adults, but the kids got little bits and pieces. But
Yeah. Yeah. I genuinely remember Animaniacs being over my head when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely more, it was one of those early mature animations, but it wasn't like mature, like Adult Swim mature. It was just
Right.
it was like what they're doing now. It's more 50-50 nowadays with cartoons, which
Well,
I
now that we
love.
don't have Saturday morning cartoons
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. But I'm saying like the 50-50 in a cartoon. So like something like Phineas and Ferb has something for the young kids, obviously it's made for them, but I mean, you go watch it as an adult, you're catching so many things. They really do cater to both sides, and I've noticed a lot of cartoons these days are doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So Animaniacs was ahead of that, and honestly was probably more catered towards adults.
Yeah.
But I will say, I watched so much Pinky and the Brain. I love
Angela
that.
says the Black Cauldron is also no Disney for young kids. That's true. Black Cauldron was kind of intense.
I never saw it.
Just like the Secret of Nim, Watership Down. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff back then.
Oh, you know a movie that I thought was going to be for kids that turned out to be really bad for kids
Fritz the
when
Cat?
I was a kid, huh?
Fritz the Cat?
No, I was gonna say District 9, or not District, not District 9, just 9, not District 9.
Oh, 9. Yes, 9 was pretty.
District 9 for kids. That is what that was.
Yeah, 9 was kind of
No,
intense.
9 was intense. I'm saying, District 9. Didn't you love taking your 3-year-old to see that? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. No, I just meant 9. Yeah, it seemed like it was going to be a cute little story about some like cute little puppet characters, but oh wow.
Patrick says, my niece didn't like The Princess Bride. I don't know what to do with her.
Oh,
If she's young, if she's like the age that Fred Savage was during it, yeah, they're not going to like it. It's not till you're in your teens that you like that movie.
that's
because
the
it's
moral
love.
of the story.
Yeah, exactly. So no, don't hold that against her. Just try again
Yeah.
later. I can understand that.
There are so many movies that I hated growing up that I love now. Can't think of them right now. Don't put me on the spot, but I know it's a thing.
All right, what board games have you guys just recently kickstarted that you finally got your hands on? We still got a couple sitting around here that we have not played yet. Let's see, what else? What have we not played yet? Hollow, whatever that one is. With the big titans.
Oh, yeah.
What's that one called, Anthony?
Skull Hollow.
Skull Hollow, thank you.
Yeah.
Haven't played Skull Hollow yet. We need to play that one.
Yeah. I haven't played Jaws yet.
I have not played.
Still
Jesse
got
keeps
that.
saying Jesse wants to be involved on that one. I read through about half of the instructions, and I gave up. There's just a lot to it,
No.
but it does look very cool. Zombicide Invader. Okay. Don't know about that one.
Still haven't
Yeah,
played.
that's on- nothing right
I still
now.
haven't played Zombicide in general.
Mm.
Which is something that we were talking about too. Just being that Jess and Anthony went to Gen Con and got to see it played.
Right.
And
that new version.
and the
Yeah.
AR whatever, or it wasn't AR, but whatever. But so they've been talking about. Jesse specifically has been talking about wanting to play it because we have it.
Mm-hmm.
We just haven't played it.
Mm-hmm. Tiny Epic Mechs and Warehouse 13.
Ooh, Warehouse 13. That sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
Great series.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it based on the series?
I was just saying.
One would think, though.
I would imagine, but then again,
That whole sci-fi Warehouse 13, Eureka.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
shoot. Well, I mean, I guess you could say
The Librarians.
yes, that's the one I was thinking of. I could not
Yeah.
think of the name.
Sci-fi had some fun stuff. I loved Eureka. I thought it was
Yes,
a really great
yeah.
show.
Loved Eureka. Loved Warehouse 13. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
based on the
watched.
show. Okay.
Yeah, I loved the Librarians too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. What's another? They had another one. I can't think of it though. But yeah, I love those shows.
So let's see. We talked a little bit about movies. We talked about board games. What do you guys watched on TV? I just finished Carnival Row.
Still haven't watched it
It's
yet.
gorgeous.
Yeah, I really want to. I just haven't gotten to it.
I'm now watching Undone, which I was telling you
Yeah.
about over on Amazon.
Which I knew about. I've been catching the trailers all over. Same with Carnival Row. I've been just constantly seeing the trailers
Yeah.
for them, the commercials for them. Have not gotten around to watching them. I really need to. It's just one of those things, and I don't feel like Undone would be this, but I feel like Carnival Row would be this. I've watched the super serious, the sort of like serious crime or whatever shows, and sometimes you just got to be in a mood for those, And so for a while now, I've been in a lighthearted mood, which I know Undone has more of a lighthearted feel to it. But I've been rewatching for like the third time Parks and Rec.
Yep. Stimpy says Titans season 2. I'm almost done with season 1, Stimpy. And it's great. I love
I was
Titans.
gonna ask what you thought about it. I want to watch it so bad. I just having trouble making the plunge to getting, the DC network.
Yeah. I got a buddy
Just
who's got
one
it,
more
and
thing
he and
I
I
gotta get.
share the account. But it's one of those where only one person can be on at a time. So we have to text each other and like, hey, I really want to watch Doom Patrol tonight. Are you going to be watching it? He's like, no, go ahead. So that's, Doom Patrol, Titans, really good.
I mean, both of those I've really been badly wanting to watch.
The Disney Plus keeps looking better and better every day.
God, I hate this. I hate the streaming services. You got to buy everything. Right now we have Amazon, Hulu, and Netflix. Fortunately, Game of Thrones is over, so don't have to get HBO anymore. Because that's what we always get it right when Game of Thrones comes on, and then we cancel it after Game of Thrones is over. It's all we ever watched on HBO.
Stippy and Jeeves are talking about The Boys.
Love The Boys.
I think The
Oh
Boys
my
is also
God.
one of those that's very polarizing. Either you love it or you think it's meh. And I loved
And
it.
I
thought it
think
was
most
great.
of the people that think it's meh are the people who read the comic book. I think that's generally where it's split. I never read the comic book. Love the show. Absolutely love the show. I feel like it's sort of like like the future of. I was trying to explain this to my wife because we just got finished watching The Umbrella Academy.
Which is
And
great.
I love it. Yeah, I cannot wait for season 2. But we got finished watching The Umbrella Academy, and I was like, "You're gonna want to watch The Boys next." And she's like, "Are they related?" I was like, "Technically, no." But
Not so much, but
but
yeah.
the concept is there that, you know, it's the idea of what happens behind closed doors with superheroes. If superheroes really existed, what would they really be like? What would life with superheroes really be like? What would life as a superhero really be like? And so I feel like The Boys is sort of the next step in the superhero evolution.
Stimpy says, my only issue with The Boys was the acting. I like the concept a lot. You know, that's something that's interesting, Stimpy. As an actor, I get that, I hear that a lot. And so sometimes, especially with The Boys, I can see where some of the performances looked a little stilted. But I'm also left wondering, was that the director's choice? Or was the actor just that way and they're like, you know what, that's what we're going to get out of him? A lot of times when it comes to comic book adaptations and things like that, I think they do ask certain performances from the actors to make it feel more as the original product. So I don't know. I liked a lot of the acting. There was a couple of characters in The Boys, and I was like, all right, fine. But overall, I thought it was great.
Homelander was an incredible actor.
The Homelander really
Oh
grew
my
on
God.
me after like the second and third episode.
Just that incredible performance of switching back between the two, and his incredible, like, the way that he could just be so evil with a smile, and it's just believable. It's just
He did a great
he
job.
was incredible.
Patrick says, I'm so far behind on these shows, I'm only still halfway through Jessica Jones Season 3. I'm only halfway through Jessica Jones Season 3. Also,
I'm only halfway through a ton of stuff, so don't worry about that.
but I think the reason I haven't finished Jessica Jones is because I know it's the last one. And I'm like, I don't want it to end, because that was one that one and Daredevil I really enjoyed. I loved Luke Cage as well. The only one I didn't like was Iron Fist, because the actor I thought was just really bad in it.
I didn't like the second season of Luke Cage. I liked the first one.
First one was great. Yeah, second one had some issues. And I still kind of hope that in some way they bring back at least the Defenders for Disney Plus, because I think that one
they've
could have
been
had
talking
a
about
lot
that?
of good. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I think that was something that they were mentioning.
Elizabeth,
But that's not. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's something that they were talking about putting in the MCU.
Elizabeth Shue is still a sexy lady. Yes, Jeeves. Elizabeth Shue is a very attractive woman. Frosted Brownie, still in the Arrowverse. Ugh, good luck to you, honey. That's one of those ones where it started out great. That one and Supergirl. And,
Supergirl is incredible. Yeah.
Flash. All those really started out great, and I think they've just kind of petered off. I've tried watching Black Lightning. That one was kind of fun.
I didn't even get into that one just because I kind of got out of the Arrowverse entirely before that had even come out. I think the issue they're having the same issue as like Smallville did, where they're not growing up. Basically, it's not growing up. By that I mean, it's a everlasting timeline. Basically, it is a continuous, never-ending. They will always be the superhero. There will always be these villains. They will always be fighting them. I mean, but that's like we know that because the comic books have been out forever. I mean, they always have another adventure. There's always another issue, which is fine. But it's not fine if it's just always and forever, infinity, the same superhero has to fight for his family or whatever.
Do you think they're slightly held back by the TV terms and practices where if, say, Arrow or Flash went over to the DC Online universe and got to be a little more grittier, you think that would help them in the long run?
Oh, man, I would love that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, I will say, one thing I actually really liked at the beginning of Arrow was the dark style that they were shooting it in. But, I mean, it got CW'd up. And that's kind of what happens. It's just CW gets their hands on it, and at the beginning, it is beautiful. I mean, it happened with Smallville, happened with like Supernatural, happened with this, and then it just like goes on forever, and it just becomes cheesy and cliche a little bit. So
you were saying you liked Legends of Tomorrow?
I did.
Yeah, I haven't. I watched
I
the
wa-
first season of that, and I haven't watched it since because it's kind of slipped my mind.
It's all right. It's once again not the greatest. I mean,
And now that Constantine's on there, I kind of want to watch it because I loved Constantine. I thought
he
that was
actually
a
made
great
an
show.
early appearance in Arrow, originally.
Yeah, the actor playing him is just great.
Yeah.
And I even liked the Keanu Reeves movie.
What happened to that
Constantine.
show?
It just dropped,
Yeah.
and then
I never watched
the
it. But
audience
it looked
did a
good.
petition to bring him back. And they're like, well, we're not going to bring the show back, but we have Legends of Tomorrow. Maybe
Yeah.
we can put him in there. And they did.
He's a great actor. I don't know what happened to the show. I think maybe it was just like a little bit over people's heads, probably. I think
Yeah.
I think it would be successful now.
Yes, I think with Sabrina, with Riverdale, with a few others where the
Yeah.
occult
I mean,
is
with,
more
like, yeah.
prevalent,
Yeah.
probably.
I think it wasn't the right time for a Constantine CW TV show.
Yeah.
We needed the harder.
Now, like if HBO did a
bigger.
Constantine, I think it'd be amazing.
Oh god, that'd be so good. Speaking of HBO,
Speaking of which, what about it?
Watchmen.
Yeah,
I have
the new
not
trailer
watched it
just
yet.
dropped.
I mean, I
Is
have
it
not-
out?
No, I have not. I mean to say, I do not know how I will watch it.
I
I
gotcha.
wish to watch it.
Well, find a friend who's got HBO Go.
Yeah. You got HBO Go?
No, I do not.
You seem to have every other streaming
I
service.
do, but I don't have that one. Yes, Watchmen. I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Um,
God, it looks
because
so good.
I really enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the director's cut of the movie. I didn't enjoy the original cut. But yeah, that's a great one. And the comic series is still one of the best around. Although
Oh,
the sequels were really horrid. What else? Yeah, speaking of originals, comic books. How many of you guys are comic book readers out there? I've got 3 in my pull list. I've got Amazing Spider-Man, still, because it's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I've got Buffy, and I've got Angel, and I'm thinking of picking up Firefly because they're doing reboots of all the Whedon stuff.
Really? Oh man, I'm gonna have to get that.
The new Buffy and Angel are great because it's new storylines, but it's from the beginning. So like Buffy and everybody are now current. So they've got cell phones, they've got all the tech and everything like that.
It's like high school.
And so they're
Wow,
they're
that
just
sounds
now
cool.
just
That sounds
starting
cool.
back over from square one. And same with Angel. They're starting that one beginning with him going over to the detective agency.
Oh, that's cool.
And I've heard that I don't know if they're doing Firefly, so I'd be interested to see that one. No wonder I don't have time to play board games. I watch too much TV. So yeah, comics I absolutely love, but I just don't have the money to keep a constant subscription going. I used to have like 20 that I would subscribe to, and I just can't do it
See, I
anymore.
don't have a subscription or anything. I would always go to the free comic book days and get them for cheap. And when I was younger, I was constantly collecting. I still have my comics that I've collected from when I was younger, but those were always the ones that you get with like the action figures, so they're probably not worth
Yeah,
anything.
no. No.
But it wasn't about worth. It was just about I like the stories. But
Yeah.
I rarely got any like chronological order. comic
With me, it
books.
was
Yeah.
always Spidey and X-Men. I tried to keep continuity with. Patrick says, do you guys use the Marvel Unlimited comic service? I was thinking of that as a cheaper option to gather in the trade paperbacks. I think it's great, and I think they've come a long way in regards to comic readers where to go panel by panel, and it makes sense. I am really old school, and I love the paper. I love the feel of a comic, just like with books. I don't have but maybe 6 or 7 digital books, but yet I've got 400 plus real books, and so for me it's a textural, it's a tactile thing. I gotta have the comics in my hand. I gotta be able to put them on the shelf.
I'm just like
and
that.
all that.
Yeah, I love the minute we got the minute we moved into our house, the first thing we had to deal with were our books, because when Anna and I joined forces, which is how I'm going to call marriage from now
I
on.
think you should. I don't see why not.
When Anna and I formed Voltron.
That might be much. Might be much.
I'll pitch it to her. She'll love it. We had so many books. We have 2 bookcases. I mean, you just gotta. They're still just strewn about. We've got books all over the place. Haven't read all of them, but
But they're there.
But yeah, I love books. I love holding the book. I love when I was in college, I used to take the book in my bag and go sit literally anywhere that I could find a place to sit. Like that was my break. I don't do it a lot anymore, and I hate it. I don't do that anymore. But I used to just carry a book with me everywhere. This is when I had more time though.
Sure.
To sit around.
It's a bad thing when you become an adult. Yeah. Angela says, love the Crow comics and books. Angela, I am a freak for the Crow. And there are 3 artists, designers, graphic people that I have ever fanboyed over to the point where I could not talk. And that was James O'Barr, Neil Gaiman, and Joseph Michael Linsner. And James O'Barr now lives in Dallas. And so when I was living in Dallas, he was at all the Comic-Cons. And I've got like 6 original pieces from him with the tragedy and comedy masks and with Eric sitting in a chair and a lot of great stuff. So I'm with you on The Crow. That's an amazing series. They've even got some of the later ones that some of the other writers did. Were not as good, but it's still The Crow, so I did that. Hulk, Daredevil, X-Men, Patrick,
I know there's a lot to catch. I definitely see the practical value. No judgment if you go the Marvel route. That's obviously I totally get the practical route, and there's a certain amount of anxiety with included with having so many unfinished storylines that you just want to get to. So, I mean, whatever works for you, I think that'd be the best choice.
I think I've got like 8 long boxes of comics at home that I usually put out on my shelves. I'm trying to get my son into reading them now because he's at that stage where if it's not a video game, he's bored. Mm-hmm. And so I'm getting him to read comics.
Yeah.
And starting with Ultimate
Picture books.
X-Men and Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is, I think I've told the story before. When my son was trying to learn to read, he was big into Hayao Miyazaki. And so rather than do the dubbed versions, I did the subbed versions of Spirited Away and Mononoke, and I told him, like, if you want to know what they're saying, you gotta learn how to read. And so we really worked on his reading, and he got it quick because he was so obsessed with those movies.
Yeah.
And so luckily that kind of worked out with me. Start him on the classics, yeah, exactly, Patrick.
Can't all have a cool kid.
Well, yeah, everybody's kid's different. I just got lucky. I think the DNA matched up well, and luckily he's into what I'm into. So we talked board games, we talked movies, comics, we've talked music before. How many of you guys out there play D&D? We're trying to get a D&D group started here on the weekends with some of our community members. And I've been really backed a few of these print-to-play D&D adventures, and I've noticed even on Kickstarter there's a lot of people who are now selling miniatures and selling the files and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I bought the Critical Role miniatures when they came out. So yeah, how many of you guys are out there playing D&D, and how long have you been playing it? I've been playing it since early high school, so I guess it was like 91 I started playing. But I haven't been playing all the way through. But we finally just kicked back up with 5e, and I've got all the books, so I'm looking to get that going. Stimpy says start an online group. I would be interested. Online is okay. The problem is Roll20 and a few of those sites just are not very user friendly.
Yeah.
It'd be a matter of getting it's the same problem we're having here. Getting everybody together at a single time to play for a stretch of a couple of hours is very difficult to do. So while I'd love to involve more community members in a D&D aspect, I think we would just have too many people coming in and out and too many things being swapped around. So
I have an online group right now. We're doing it. We're doing a campaign. We're using D&D Beyond for character creation and for like story information and things like that. They've got one of the guys in our group has like all the books and everything already downloaded on D&D Beyond, and we're using Roll20 for the whole environment creation type
Right.
of thing, which is where we started on Roll20. We moved to D&D Beyond, but we're going back to Roll20 just for that element of sort of like hosting. But one of the cool things that you can do if you are interested in doing something like that, and I'm sure that you guys know about this. I just found out about this. Was D&D Beyond has a Chrome tool app that connects to Roll20, and it's pretty awesome. You can it kind of cuts out some of that user friendly issue on Roll20.
I'd be interested in checking it out more. Stimpy said, I'm almost done with Critical Role Season 1, starting Season 2. Good for you, man, because Season 1 I came into about halfway through, and I've still never been able to go back all the way, but I'm caught up on Season 2. But, I think Critical Role, Adventure Cast, and a few others really have a lot to do with the resurgence of D&D over the past 5 or 6 years. And I know a lot of people, they watch Critical Role and they think that every game is going to be like that, and you're not going to get into a situation where you have a GM like Matt Mercer and a bunch of voice
He literally
actors.
wrote the book, several books
And
on
a bunch
GMing.
a bunch of voice actors sitting around really expanding on that aspect. They know their niche and they know their audience, and they're playing to it, which is great, because I think what they do is absolutely amazing as far as storytelling goes. But I think a lot of people who watch Critical Role and say, okay, my home group is going to be exactly like that.
Yeah.
It's not.
And that's the other thing you got to really, because that's one thing that you got to get your head out of. Because obviously, I want my D&D group to be like Adventure Zone. I mean,
Sure,
that would be wonderful.
Who doesn't want to have a taco?
Yeah, but at the same time, you're not playing for an audience.
No,
You are not playing your RPG for anybody else but your group.
Yep.
So I think one of us has a voice, and we have been trying so hard to get him to stop doing it.
Yeah. Have you guys ever played the Dragon Age RPG, says Patrick? Yes, I've played that one a couple of times. I've got that. I've got a lot of RPGs. I've got Dragon Age. I've got Buffy. I've got Witcher. I've got Pathfinder stuff. I've got Mass Effect. And I've even got a couple of RPGs that are based around using Jenga rather than dice rolls.
I've heard
You
of those.
pull
Yeah.
you pull Jenga blocks to see if you succeed or fail. So yeah, I've got a ton of RPG stuff. It's just gathering dust until I can find a good group.
I'll tell you right now, I would be game for some Buffy RPG.
Yeah, it's really
awesome.
cool. And the Witcher one I've only read through, and that one looks fun, but it's
yeah.
a lot more political, like the books are. So, Stippy says they're amazing. Makes me a bit nervous to start playing now in reference to Critical Role. Yeah, I can understand that, but like Hunter was saying, play for yourself and play for the group. Don't think that you have to perform unless it's something that you feel comfortable doing. Yeah. Find the character first and let everything else follow through, and just enjoy it for the game that it is, I would say. Rifts, yes, I've played one game of Rifts, Patrick. My friends are too jittery for Jenga-based games. Patrick, I understand. I've got a familial tremor in both my hands, so playing Jenga and things like that is always kind of tough for me to do.
But that's why you create a character.
Sure,
that's meant to fail.
Yeah, exactly.
You get a good GM who turns all your failures into fun little moments.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could work. It could work.
So we're rounding up to the last little bit here. We got about another 10 minutes left. What kind of questions do you guys have? What kind of questions or what kind of things would you guys like to see coming up? I will tell you that, yes, we have a Kickstarter coming in the works, coming soon.
Soon.
That's going to take up a lot of our time, as you know, if you've ever been a part of any of our Kickstarter campaigns. When we do a campaign, we go full tilt boogie, and a lot of us will probably be up here sleeping on cots, and maybe we'll have a shower installed in the back. It's going to be pretty intense, so let me know what you guys want to know. Chief says, do you guys have any cooperative games in development?
No. Well, I mean,
Maybe.
Yeah,
one of them
it's-
is a maybe.
Yeah.
There could be a cooperative aspect
Yes.
to it.
Yes. Yes.
So we'll say a
There is.
firm maybe
Yes.
on that one. Will this campaign be an epic 44-day one like EO? I think it's going to be a 30-day standard one. I don't see it going longer than that. I don't think it'll need to.
Yeah, you're all
50
gonna buy
days.
it, right?
No,
I mean,
Angela. No, Angela, we're not doing 50 days. Patrick, Disastronauts. You never know. Oates, what is the price range for the new game? TBD.
Yeah.
I
I thought
don't.
maybe you knew. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really not sure. That's something that we really.
Between 1 and 1,000.
That sounds feasible. That sounds good. Will there be any add-ons? I mean, there always is, isn't there? There always seems to be
It
add-ons
wouldn't be a
and stretch
Kickstarter
goals.
without an add-on.
Wasn't Ash to Bone co-op?
I think technically, yeah.
Yeah, I think in one of the early iterations it
Yeah.
was co-op. So I think so. Yeah, we really, outside of what you guys have seen today, that coming soon trailer, we're not going to be telling you much as far as that goes. We can't divulge anything more than
Yeah.
what we've already shown you. So
There will be more information coming soon. That's not, very soon.
I will say,
I would
even
say.
if you have ideas of what it is, don't spoil it for everybody else. Come along on the ride and
and
enjoy
you're probably
it with us.
wrong.
We got a lot of balls up in the air around this
Yeah,
place, and
yeah.
so yeah. But I think you guys are going to enjoy it. We've been enjoying it so far, and it's one that has come together really well, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun for a lot of people in different areas. But like all our other stuff, it's very unique. I think it's going to have its own set of followers. Maybe we're branching out into some new genres. We'll have to wait and see. So time-wise, next month, says Angela. We'll see. I'm not. I like you a lot, Angela.
Yeah.
And you're one of our tried and trues, but I cannot tell you more on that until we actually launch the thing. So I will say keep your eyes open for the coming weeks or the coming month, and I guarantee you'll be happy with where we're going with it.
Is the new game co-op or competitive? Yep.
Yep. Sounds
Nailed
good.
it.
I like that. Yep, that's a good one. What else? Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Well, you also need to tell us, if you want, you've got a couple minutes. Who do you want to see in the AMA?
AMA. Yep. Please get that in, and I'll see what I can do with that. How many players in the new game?
Some?
Yep. Definitely, there are going to be players in the new game. I've heard.
Yeah.
I mean, when I've played it, there were players. So I will say that is a definite possibility. Between 1 and 1,000 players, absolutely.
Yeah.
I
No
mean,
doubt.
I think
No
that
doubt.
is a reasonable guesstimation, and I hate that word, guesstimation, but I'm going to use it for $1 to $1,000. Absolutely. Key AMA.
We had talked about doing the interns.
We had talked about doing the interns. If we did a key,
I don't know.
he hasn't been around a lot, so I don't know that he's always got something to say.
He's around more than you want him to be.
Yes,
Though.
he is. So maybe Key is a good idea in 1 to 100 days. Yes, Patrick. Key and Anna Kate AMA. Yeah, Anna Kate is really busy right now, but I think it's possible that we could get her situated to where we could do maybe her and Key, which would then turn into just Key and her looking horrified, which I hate for that poor thing. He hasn't been invading Twitch lately. No, we've got him busy in the back, and he's working on a couple of things of his own. Hearn has given him a couple of tasks, and we'll have to wait.
I mean,
and
if you
see.
saw the most recent State of the Game.
It hasn't come out yet, but yeah, we recorded the state of the game.
Oh, that's right. I'm
And,
sorry. Yeah, it's coming. It's
yeah,
coming.
yeah,
Sorry.
it's interesting.
It's gotta.
Rick
You'll see.
AMA. A Rick AMA would be great. If Rick has agreed
Yeah.
that he would do it, it's just a matter of trying to find the time where he can actually sit down and answer the questions. Yeah, I want to do that one too. Key working on what? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Working on what indeed, Angela? A teaser on a teaser. Nice. Yeah, sure. I'll go with that. So yeah, everybody wants Rick, Key, or Key and Anna Kate.
Yeah. Those would be good ones.
Yeah.
That's you just had to pick the people that spend the least amount of time in the office.
Right,
really.
right. It'll be entertaining.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed these AMAs. We got
I
some good
thought
response.
Beast had a lot to say. I really thought
Beast
he was
was
talkative.
really good.
Had a lot to say.
Key is probably working on sawing through the chains on his legs, keeping him in the back room and away from Brent. That is not...
Not wrong.
No, not exactly. His obsession with Brent is not a healthy one, and we're
But
trying to...
at least it's Brent and not anybody else.
True enough. So, yeah. All right, we got a couple more minutes, so keep them coming.
Yeah, questions? Any other AMAs? I mean,
Yeah. Let us know. As far as like the next podcast goes, I don't have a particular theme yet, so it may just be kind of a potpourri as we do it, which I think you guys are going to like anyway, because when you get Jesse and Coffee and a few of the others together, the good stuff always comes from it.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about that one. What else do we have? As you guys know, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, we have Instagram stuff. Tuesdays are Twitch. Thursdays are AMAs. We've got videos scattered throughout. Hopefully you guys are really enjoying this step up in the content, because we definitely want to get you guys more involved in what we're doing behind the scenes. So definitely keep track of that.
We want to make sure that, just because, we're not talking about our next game or whatever, we are still actively working. We're still actively trying to get stuff out, trying to appeal to you guys, and we're not just doing stuff on the games. We're doing stuff for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Angela, what kind of game did Anna Kate create? That is a great question for her AMA.
Yeah. Keep that in your back pocket.
She came up with something like day one she got here. She was sitting around, and I said, hey, what do you want to do while you're here? And she said, I want to create a game. I said, okay, cool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And she went off and created a game, and she's play tested it a couple of times with some friends, and it's evolved.
Yeah.
And it's really kind of fun to watch.
She's learned a lot from the process. I think that she's having a lot of fun. She seems to be. I mean, every single time she walks in here, she immediately walks over to her game stuff and just starts working on it. Like she's really into it, and that's really what we want out of this whole thing. I mean, we want to invigorate people to not only play our games, but to be interested in games in general.
Yeah, she definitely is. So we're glad to have her on board. Patrick, the content is much appreciated. Helps bridge the gap between campaigns. Yeah, and that's kind of why I wanted to come on board and help with that. So I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it, and we're always trying new things. So if there's some kind of content that you guys want to see, drop me a line through the Facebook or through the Twitter or the Instagram, and we can give some a try.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen what we've been doing. We have other ideas, we have other ideas in the back. Just working those things out too. So, we're never just stuck in a pattern. We're not gonna be stuck in a loop.
We don't have time to be.
Tuesday Twitch, just we've got tons of stuff that Jesse wants to make. I know Corey has talked about some other things. Just content is just streaming out of this place.
Yep.
Just slowly.
Patrick says more launcher roulette. We could do another launcher roulette.
We need to get on that. I mean, fall's coming soon, so we want to make sure that we get as many of those in before.
Okay.
It gets
Launcher
colder.
roulette Fridays. Jesus says sounds more like you guys are learning from her. I'm not going to say you're wrong on that one. We kind of learn from everybody who comes through, and she's definitely added some nice.
That's really the job,
movement.
though, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
To a degree, our job is to evolve the industry towards our audience and towards new audiences. I mean, whatever we can do to gain new people. It's not just about profit. It's about, I think that making games is all about.
Heard, what do you want?
I was on a roll, and then
Well, when you come and you see this creepy visage coming, come over here.
I just look over and Brent's just.
He's smiling at us.
Well, it says almost fall. Wait, what's the first day of fall? Is it Friday or
Technically
Saturday?
next Monday, isn't it?
No, wait, today's the 17th. It's always either the
Yep.
20th, 21st, or something.
Yeah, something next week.
Yes.
Well, that'll be in a few days. It'd be like this. We should do pumpkin spice filled.
You get the hell out of
PSL.
here.
I
Oh,
actually really
God, you
like
were
pumpkin spice.
PSL filled water balloons.
Oh God, no! I didn't know that's what you were
No,
doing.
that's what
I
I'm
love
doing.
to drink
Well,
though.
well, we can do that too.
We already did the glitter-filled one, which
God.
you can still see out on the parking lot when the light hits it right. Imagine us being covered in pumpkin spice latte. We'd have to shut down for the day because everybody had to go home and
But you gotta do
shower.
it at the end of the day. I mean,
God, that'd be horrible.
or we could just get pumpkin
I
spice
don't want
lattes.
to.
And
I live 30 minutes away from here.
Wait,
I don't
we
want to
can
drive
hold pumpkin
covered
spice
in
lattes
pumpkin
and
spice.
drink them.
Are you
during
that
the-
basic
during-
that you love pumpkin
They're
spice?
delicious.
I love them.
Oh,
They're
get,
delicious.
both of you
I
get
love
out of here.
them.
Get out of here.
Great.
You know what?
You know what?
Liking
If you're
something
not
because
man
it's-
enough to
that's right.
drink a
liking
pumpkin
something
spice
because
latte.
or not liking something because it's popular is just as bad as liking something because it's popular. Like it if you like it.
Yeah.
Right,
Coffee,
Anthony?
where do you stand on pumpkin spice lattes?
I've never been a fan of it. Not for
Okay.
any other reason, just I don't like the taste.
Yeah,
There
that's
you
what
go.
That's
I'm not trying. I'm not
understandable.
trying to hate
That's
on. It's just they're horrible. They taste horrible.
You know,
I'm
he
just
said that
saying.
about the Frosty too. If you like pumpkin spice lattes,
I was right.
You'll like
Don't
the
dip your
burger in
burger.
the Frosty.
Don't do it. Don't
My
do it.
guarantee.
Patrick says roll your windows down, Hunter, when you're driving because of that.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
There you go. This is my contribution.
God. Oh, bless you.
Oh, there's still fries in there.
No, don't throw that away because
I will eat
they're
those.
soft.
I will
They're
eat-
soft.
I
You
will
don't want
eat-
them.
I will eat them.
All right, go for it. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna eat them.
Is that used?
That's me. Yeah.
I,
I'll
da-
keep
I
going with
dated this girl in high school
that. No, you didn't.
who, well,
Continue with your fantasy.
hypothetically, I dated a girl in high school who refused to eat any other fries except for the super crispy ones. So,
Brent left. Come here and sit down. Come here and sit down for a second. We're about to go off. We got like
the
2 minutes
second
left.
story I was on a roll with.
Sorry, you go ahead.
Damn,
No,
I'm sorry.
no,
go back.
it's
Go back.
not- I don't
Dated
care.
a girl.
No, it just
Oh, okay, I'll
she
read
just
that
liked
after
she. We've already gone over that. I actually did have an imaginary girlfriend in 8th grade.
Of course you did. Everybody did.
I didn't
I
make
still
her up.
have one.
My friends did,
We know.
and they even made a Facebook page for her. And I still get notifications for her birthday.
Oh, do you send her a little note with a tear?
Every year he's reminded how lonely he is.
I'm married.
All right. Angela says
Wow.
tell the story already.
Which one?
Girlfriend. Had a girlfriend
I mean,
who...
no, it wasn't even a big deal. She just really liked the crispy ones, so anytime she would order any fries, she would pull out even the ones that were kind of like regular fries.
Right.
She'd pull those out too. She'd end up with just like this small stack of fries
The little bitties.
just to have the crispy ones. And I thought it was the most insane thing, but I got double the fries, so I was fine with
All right, here we
it.
go. Jesse, anything that the people need to be looking forward to? We dropped the trailer today, the teaser.
The plan is soon, not next week, as I
Yeah.
heard them.
No, not next week.
Totally suggest. Soon.
Yep.
So like the trailer says, coming soon.
Coming soon.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
I thought we were pretty clear about that.
I thought we were too.
We couldn't say it in
they've
any
been-
more
They've
words.
been hammering on us to try and tell them the price, whether it's co-op or whether it's
Price will be
competitive.
cheaper than our last game.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay,
there you go.
There it
See,
is.
that's something. There you go.
They can't see you. They can only hear you right now because you're so leaned back, but it's fine. There it is.
There you go.
Sexy boy.
So cheaper than our last game.
Cheaper than our last one.
Possibly no. I was going to say same amount of players, but we don't know.
We don't know
It's not
yet.
been confirmed even by us.
Yep.
Most likely, and actually let me rephrase that, not a solo mod. I just don't see. If there's a solo mod, it's because we forced one in there to sell more,
Right.
and I just don't
I
see
don't
it being
think
a solo mod.
No.
Unless we can come up with a
If there was an
feasible version.
AI,
yeah. I don't-
It wouldn't. No,
We're not working on it.
No, the nature of the mechanic
Actively,
on this
yeah.
would be very
If it, like-
counterintuitive to have a solo
If it comes
mod.
to one of us in a dream, maybe. But we're
But
not
even-
working on it actively. It's not purposeful.
You told me you were playing around with that really kick-ass app.
I haven't
No,
told him
he hasn't
about
told him
that.
that, but now he has
I don't know,
to.
but I don't know that it's not honestly feasible. I don't know that it's relevant right now, but it
It's,
sure is
yeah,
neat.
I wouldn't imagine it's relevant. It sure is neat. Golly
It is.
gee.
It's pretty cool.
So it's got to be pretty neat.
I mean, it's cool. Yeah, I would
and I
say
don't want to
so.
like
I'm
anything
very excited
Hunter
about
does,
it.
and I'm like, wow, Hunter, I like that. So
I'm very
that's
excited
telling.
about the concept of it. I would say I've been telling others it's the future of the tabletop game. Just to toot my own horn a little bit.
That's fine. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up, folks. We don't know what we're doing for the AMA,
so
but we'll
most
try.
likely two players, 4 players max,
Okay.
and that's
So that's a lot more
Similar
information
here.
than you got out of us.
definitely not a solo game.
Yep.
No.
I just don't see it happening. It will be coming soon, but they already knew that.
Yep.
And I think that's kind of it.
I think that is.
It's not just sweet; it's sugar sweet.
Patrick wants to know, will it fit in a bread box?
Yes, it is going to be smaller than D6 by maybe a 4.
Giant margin.
Angela says, be prepared for the why not 5 players comments.
Oh.
Yeah, we're always prepared for stuff like
Well,
that.
they can play with as many as it wants, including solo. It just will be.
It just
shit.
won't make any sense.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, knock yourself out.
Definitely there will be stretch goals and add-ons. As
Not
always.
good ones though.
No, I don't see it.
I mean, like, when have
There's
they ever been?
maybe 2 good, and at this point, 2 decent. Good is even a strong word.
Right.
Stretch goals.
Yes.
Add-ons. I think we
might have a couple.
maybe. Oh yeah. Well, with the coin, yes.
Right. The
Well,
coin.
yeah, obviously.
But
you
the
gotta get
big
coin.
one
Right.
is
The big one's the key.
no.
Yeah, not the statue of Key. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is it a little smaller, real taller, brought right there.
Yeah.
That's an add-on right there.
That's the add-on right there. That's what
That's
you're
the
getting right
one
now.
that some of them, mainly Angela, is going to lose her shit over.
Yeah, she usually does.
So there are going to be some good add-ons, hopefully including enamel pins. Me and Britt was just talking about that. That is so hit or miss.
Yeah.
Because the nature of the pin is very parallel with Sugar Sweet. In fact, Sugar Sweet, as an example, and it's the only one we could really give. Sugar Sweet will be most likely an enamel pin.
A key puppet, says Angela? No.
No.
Fully articulated key statuettes, says
Something
Patrick?
she'll probably like more.
Maybe.
We'll all like more than key.
We all like a lot of things more than key.
But the stretch goals, what they're asking, stretch goals are shit. They're about as good as D6s were, I think. 'Cause what did we have for D6? I know we had card after card, but what did we have anything other than cards for D6?
Yeah, we had
What did we have?
characters.
No, that was
No.
No, wait, no. No, didn't we have heroes?
Well, that was where they bought some.
heroes.
Somebody got to make one.
Yeah.
That wasn't a stretch goal. That was, I think,
Oh, no, that was a tier.
I thought
yeah.
we had heroes in the stretch goals.
heroes were just
Yeah.
the cards. And
Well,
we had,
I mean,
like,
I wasn't including that in cards because they're heroes.
Metal
they're your
coins,
characters,
says
they're-
Patrick. Yeah, I would expect a collector
that's
coin.
Definitely
Yeah.
collector's
Yeah,
coin.
absolutely.
In
It's
fact, this is
certifiable.
me and again Brent and I were talking. This is actually going to be a fun collector coin because it really. He's talking about making it look.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be really, and I don't know if that's doable. But I think the stretch goals will include.
More Mississippi Air.
No, but like stickers.
Yeah,
stickers?
yeah.
Okay.
And that's like one of those things
maybe.
that it's like
Yeah.
they will be parallel to the relevance of the D6 heroes. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like here's what you already get, just like in D6.
Oh, yeah,
But we're gonna give you more
basically what
options.
we're saying is, if you get the base game, you will be very happy.
But I don't. This might be one of the first. There is no alternate. Like there is no base game.
Yeah,
and
you're
the
right.
other
You're right. If
version.
you get
the game,
the game, you're going to be very satisfied.
it will come with extra
But
goodies.
obviously, we know that we've got some greedy bastards in our groups, and
Always.
And this, the greedy bastard tier, would include most likely a T-shirt that I think we all want.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
There's a T-shirt that we all want. There is.
And that's something that we're also talking about more and more is, and Jesse hinted at this a while back, more T-shirts and for you guys,
Yeah,
possibly one-offs and some in stock consistently.
Mm-hmm.
We're just kind of working on stuff like that right now, so we'll have to wait and see. Dog mud, mug bats.
It's funny they bring up dog mud because that will let them know that we'll tie in, like always. So it doesn't.
Yeah, there's
I
always
mean,
gonna be
there's
dog
always
mud.
a reference to.
There is
dog mud.
possibly a dog mud enamel pin, but again, this is going to rely on probably the 10 people and 8 people, 6 people that are watching now, because who outside of the campaign will have any need for a dog mud enamel pin? It doesn't make any sense, but I think if we can get enough of our hardcore backers to buy them, it justifies us making them for our hardcore backers.
Stippy says burdens. I think we're done with the burdens. We've got the burdens.
Yeah,
if you
we-
want them,
we
they're
have
there.
those.
Oh yeah.
Um,
yeah.
They will also be making an appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. There are references.
We got our
to
staples.
them.
We got
Yeah.
our inside jokes, and they'll always
Dog
be there.
mud, burdens, sugar sweet, bamboo will all be making appearances in this next. Well, I almost said it. In-
Rick's pants.
They are still missing.
Yep, still missing. Jeeves says, I'm not big on pins. Good, Jeeves. I'm so happy for you.
You just save some money.
Yeah.
Great. You don't have to buy them.
You don't need them to play the game.
All right,
You
guys.
just look stylish when you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all
Who
we're going to
doesn't
do for
want 'em,
today. We wanted to keep it short because we got a lot of work to do.
You know
we
what?
Thank Jesse's feet for making an appearance.
I'm retconning this.
Oh,
In the
geez.
rules, you're gonna if you wear an enamel pin, you win.
No, you get a +1 or
you get
reroll.
you get a bonus. Yeah.
Go, because it's like a.
Yeah.
That's
Buy
true.
the fucking
Magnet.
pin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? Yeah.
Buy the fucking pin.
There we
I'll
go.
play by your own rules.
There we go. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Jesse, thanks for stopping by. We will catch you guys.
Yeah,
next
any
week.
one will work. Yeah, you don't need to. Yeah, just get them. Just
get
get
'em.
one.
Do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Bye.